prayers and then let's go on. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ruta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namahom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratashe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuve Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we had, discussed something about the particular words, no, 10.3, and then uh, actually over there in in that particular words, Krishna is saying about Yomam Ajam Anadim Cha Veti Loka Maheshwaram Asammuro Sa Asammuro Asammurha Samarteshu Sarva Papa Pramuchate. So we had discussed about this, that Krishna is saying in this verse that he who knows me as Ajam, unborn, Anadim, without beginning, Loka Maheshwaram, the controller of all the planets. No, he is undulated. na? So he is not diluted with, he is asamura. And, you know, he is undulated in marteshu, among the people who die, means all living beings. And sarva papa pramuchate, and he is freed from all sinful reactions. So we had discussed Prabhupada's purport, and Prabhupada writes, that he asked a question, saying that if you say you are ajanma, but you take birth from the son of a, but you take birth from no the womb of Devaki, how you are unborn. So then Prabhupada mentions uh, that when he appeared from before Devaki and Vasudev, he was not born as an ordinary child. He appeared in his original form and then transformed himself into ordinary child. So this point, about the Lord being, why Lord is saying this verse, because he's saying that many people don't understand me. Many people, the majority people don't understand. So how they don't understand? They don't understand my that I'm ajanma and I'm anadim. So ajanma, because certain somebody may say, sir, devatas and rishis, so they know na that they know about birth, that uh you know so because they know very clearly that you are beyond time and space, you are the supreme Brahman, and you no and no, you are not bound by your own will. You take birth in the womb of Devaki or something like that. Why you are saying many people don't know? Majority people don't know you. Uh, Krishna says, "Arey, they don't know me much." Why so? Why you saying like that? Because he says, see, Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam quotes na third chapter, third canto, fourth chapter, 16th number shloka. What is that? No, you recite with me. I'm showing you the very beautiful shloka. What it says: Karmani anihasya bhavo bhavasya te durgashayo durgashayo thari bhayat palayanam कालात्मनो यत् प्रमदायुताश्रमः स्वात्मन्व्रते खिद्यति धीर्विदम् इह. Read one of you what this shloka says.
My
My
lord,
lord, even the
my lord,
learned
even
sages
the
become disturbed in their intelligence when they see that your greatness engages in fruitive work, although you are free from all desires, that you take birth, although you are unborn, that you flee out of fear of the enemy and take shelter in a fort, although you are the controller of invincible time, and that you enjoy householder life surrounded by many women, although you enjoy in yourself.
So who are bewildered? And even learned sages becomes very disturbed in their intelligence. They become bewildered. Then what to say about demigods? And demigods are not sages also. So they themselves are enjoying material life. What they know. These sages have given up material life, but they are also disturbed. Why? Because they see no that you are engaged in karmani anihasya, karmani anihasya bhavo bhavasyate. Hey, you yourself in Dwarka, you perform so many fruitive work of performing sacrifices and all those things. Right now, Narad Muni goes to different palaces of Krishna, and he sees that Krishna is engaged somewhere. He's engaged in doing morning duties. Somewhere he's doing morning oblations. He's doing so many as a normal man does. So anybody will get bewildered. You take birth, although you are unborn. So these are surely many people are bewildered. There is no doubt about it. Then we may think we are not bewildered. We are not bewildered because by mercy of Prabhupada and Acharyas we know to some degree. But but it doesn't mean that we are not bewildered. That time only tells how much we are bewildered. So over here is no over here here has been said the Lord is saying, see, I know, you know, don't you think, when it has been said, see, in my childhood, my Damodar Leela, it is inconceivable. Why it is inconceivable? Can you say why Damodar Leela is very inconceivable?
because
Any
Prabhuji,
one
there
of
are
you?
many contradictions in Damodar Leela.
Tell me any contradiction.
Just like Prabhuji, Lord, nobody can catch Lord even with the speed of mind, but Yashoda Maya catch Lord by running. Therefore,
Arey, think about it. Mother Yashoda has caught Krishna so many times before also. She is binding Krishna in her arms so many times. Arey, why so particularly we are talking about Damodar Leela is very inconceivable. All Leela should be inconceivable. So, Krishna himself, he says, see, in Damodar Leela, it is inconceivable. Why? See, every day my mother used to bind me by strings of bells. वो देखा है बच्चों के कमर में काला धागा लगाते हैं. आप लोगों को भी लगाया होगा ना? उसमें बेल्स लगाते हैं. अरे हर दिन माँ बांधती है, तो बांध ही देती है ना. बट आज वो रोप से बांध नहीं पा रही थी. That was inconceivable. When she was trying to bind, me with the ropes, it was falling short. That was inconceivable. So it's been said, no. So Krishna is saying. See, same way, my taking birth is not inconceivable. And my birth and no birth are all are are not something very great. That is not I take for we are talking about great sages. So Krishna actually wants to say over here in this particular shloka that those who feel, those who think, accept that I am unborn, I am without beginning, I am a controller of all beings. If a person thinks, knows it, accepts it, that I'm Ajam, I am Anadim, I am a Lokamaheshwaram, and thinks that Krishna born through my womb of a Devaki is just a semblance of birth, he is bewildered and he is not freed from all sins. Although he accepts that I am Ajam, Anadim, I am Lokamaheshwaram. But he understands, but he thinks that my birth from the womb of Devaki is semblance of birth. Semblance of birth मतलब एक birth का भगवान ने नाटक किया है उधर, है ना? यू अंडरस्टैंड द semblance, एक दिखावटी रूप में ना, दिखता है बर्थ लेकिन बर्थ नहीं है, ये जो समझता है, he is bewildered. So what it means, he is also bewildered category, although he accepts. So when Krishna says Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yom Veti Tattvata is not so easy. So what it means that his birth is not a semblance of birth. He actually takes birth. So actually takes birth, but he actually takes birth. But you should know that in all case, but one who knows that in all case, whether Krishna takes birth or doesn't takes birth, his status of uh, his status of being unborn is never given up. So this is what I'm saying. What it means to say is that the person who is not bewildered and who is free from all sins, one who accepts Krishna's Achintya Shakti, that's what is something very clearly is been stated. That no by acharyas very clearly. So Prabhupada, when he's says that line, that karmanyanyasya bhavo bhavasyate, he may be doing fruitive activities, he may be born, you know, from some mother's womb. He may actually, flee from the fear of enemy and take a shelter of a fort. Kalat mano, no, Durga Shayo Athari Bhayat Palayana. Are still he is the Supreme Lord, untouched by any conditionings of this, by the three modes of nature and any conditionings of this world. He still remains the Lord, all powerful, Loka Maheshwaram, controller of everything, proprietor of everything, enjoyer of everything, untouched by the three modes of nature, although he does all these things. It is not that Krishna, when he does the fruitive work of giving sacrifice, is a semblance of doing fruitive work. No, no, no. He's actually doing it. He actually takes birth. But but those who understands by actually Lord also performing fruitive activity, taking birth, his supremacy of being the Lord is not even iota is changed. He is unbewildered. And many religion and many people, they get chakkar into this. Because, and that is why Prabhupada says a very famous statement in Bhagavad Gita. Acceptance of supremacy of the Lord means acceptance of his Achinta Shakti. That's the meaning. So over here, when Krishna is saying that no one who knows me as Ajam, Anadim, Veti, Loka, Maheshwaram is asammudha, is unbewildered, even the among Marteshu, because that devotee accepts me, me and my Achinta Shakti. It is it is very difficult. It's very difficult to say I am doing fruitive activity, but I am not touched by the fruitive activity. But for Lord, it is possible because he has a Chinta Shakti. His Chinta Shakti is such that he can steal the butter, but yet not be called as a thief. No, he can't tell him as a thief. He is not touched by the thought process of a thief, although may he think like a thief also. So this is something which makes Krishna very, very inconceivable. So somebody who understands and accepts this kind of inconceivability of the Lord, he is unbewildered. He is asammudha, and for him all sins are destroyed. So that's what when Krishna has said in the 10.3. You have any questions, bro? Okay. So now we'll begin. No. So understanding Krishna is not so easy. Till the point we don't accept, from some great soul. That we don't hear from some great souls. We can't. Yes, bro, Rohit. Bro.
Guruji, like as you said that Krishna is this all potent, like Krishna is inconceivable. So, but in some cases, like for some particular aspect, we have heard that it is inconceivable. But if we get some understanding logically, which also we are able to understand it, then how to understand that it is inconceivable?
We
Some
yeah. That's question has been how the Lord who is inconceivable is conceived. That is also inconceivable. That we can only understand is by the mercy of the great acharyas who have received the mercy of the Lord, and when we serve them, we hear from them, we come in their parampara. By their mercy, we are able to bit understand. What we are able to bit understand that Lord is actually inconceivable. That much we are able to understand. When I'm talking about this to you right now, uh, what I'm trying to say to is this only, that understand Krishna is inconceivable. Na? He is inconceivable because he's saying I take birth, but I remain, but I am not. I still am Ajam. So this entire chapter is Vibhuti Yoga. Na? This is Vibhuti of the Lord. So this is what no. Uh, yeah. Is that okay?
yes, Guruji, like can I give an example for like specifying the question? For example, as you said that when Krishna is stealing something, still he is not called a thief. So, like directly, if we see it's inconceivable thing. But now, for example, if we have some understanding, if we apply this understanding that yeah, everything belongs to Krishna, that's why when he steals, he is not thief because it's his only. It's our ignorance that we forget that is his only and he's taking it and giving back. So now I gave an understanding. So now to should I take it that this understanding is not complete and that's why it's inconceivable? There might be something which I have missed. I should think in that way, or I should think this. But I am not rejecting the inconceivability of Krishna by this example because only this example I could understand. What should we think?
Yeah. Okay. To simplify is that you can understand that he is inconceivable. A little bit what I have understood is because of the mercy of Acharyas who has received the mercy of the Lord. Okay, na? This
Yes.
much only. If you want to more complicate it, then I can also give an example for an understanding of what you are giving. Saying thief. The government makes, suppose the government prime minister makes the law. He makes the law and he is also governed by that law. Krishna made the law that if you steal somebody else's things or steal things from people, things which belongs to others or is in care of others without asking them, is a thievery. So he only puts the things in the care of the other people and he only steals from them. So he should be called as a thief. But he can't be called as a thief. That is inconceivable. Yeah. Finally, one has to understand that Lord is inconceivable. If we want to say that a Lord fits in a 200 gram of brain, that's quite egoistic to say. Yeah. Being a devotee, one has to know that Lord is inconceivable highly. Yeah, yes, Kaushik. Is Rohit Pro clear, na?
Prabhuji,
Hmm.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
the example you gave. So when the government make the laws, he is also controlled by the law. But Prabhuji, everything doesn't belongs to government, means that particular person government. But here everything belongs to Krishna. So Krishna must not be governed by the law in that case.
Prabhu, I try to understand what I spoke.
Hmm. Prabhuji, can you please explain?
Government in the national in this world where things belongs to government. If you take it in the government way, government gives the piece of a land to the people. Now, if the government has to take back that land, they can't encroach upon it, right? No? So Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna. As in this world, in one context, everything belongs to government. So everything belongs to Krishna. He has given things in care of somebody in this world. Right or wrong, we are called as caretakers, na? And he steals away without asking. Simple in that way. Is it clear what it means?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji, it is.
See, government, you use the analogy now in the way it is spoken, na? You are saying government पे कुछ नहीं belong करता है. अरे but इस दुनिया में लोगों के हिसाब से गवर्नमेंट ही सब कुछ है ना. The government can't take it back. Same way, okay, everything belongs to Krishna. Okay, I agree. But he has given in care of somebody, na? So how he can take it back ऐसे ही? So if he can't take it back, then if he takes it back without asking them, then he should be called as a thief. But you can't say him a thief. You can't put him behind the bars. You can't put him. This is inconceivability. You say, अरे but उन्होंने law बनाया है, इसलिए कोई नहीं पकड़ सकता. Then he's a dictator. No, you can't say him as a dictator. So anyhow, to appreciate the inconceivability of the Lord is itself his acceptance of his supremacy. So to simplify, if you don't want to get into it, you understand. Okay, you are understanding his inconceivability. Then that he is achintya. Very good. You are able to understand that he has taken birth, although he is unborn. Very good. Give the credit to acharyas. This much. Uh, this much we should be very clear about it. We are not able to understand by our own because we have heard from Krishna. Very simple in this world. If we have understood the Lord's inconceivability and the Lord takes away our property, Why people cry then? Theoretically, we understand. No. So Krishna has given us job, we given us job or something, has given us hands, legs. He takes it away. His property. So that becomes very difficult then. So yeah, so inconceivability of the Lord actually very difficult to very difficult to understand, because then people being devotee also, we may say, oh, I want to know what is the plan of the Lord. If the plan is known, I'll be firefight. That is inconceivable. He's not going to tell the plan. So so ultimately, and this acceptance of his inconceivability is quite of a, and yet he is Suhridam. Yeah, he knows the plan, but he will not reveal the plan. So till the point you don't accept his inconceivable nature of being our friend. So so like that, when to the degree a devotee understands the Lord's inconceivability, to that degree actually his acceptance of Krishna being the supreme is more matured up. So that is why Prabhupada has written that line. The acceptance of the supreme means acceptance of his Achinta Shakti also. So so, you know, I can show you also something. See over here only he says, Vishnu Chakra Thakur only says this, what I told you. Oh no, not this. What I told to you. Yeah. See, bewilderment, sammudha, means thinking that something else is knowledge of me. He is devoid of that bewilderment. Also, he is not bewildered, thinking, how can Krishna be called unborn since he is born from Devaki? Since he knows that Krishna can be born from her without giving up his status as unborn. So if the Lord, if so over here he is saying this, that he can be born from her without be giving up his status of unborn. Same way, he can do thievery without giving up the status of saying that he is Satyam. You know, he is the most honest. No, he is the most. That acceptance of inconceivability of the Lord becomes when is there. Then he is then he is considered. Then that person is is sammudha, is unbewildered. So that kind of over here you read. In my childhood, during Damodar Leela, it is inconceivable that I could be bound by strings of bells, but not by the cords of Mother Yashoda. In the same way, my birth and non-birth are inconceivable. So that's when, and this is then when he says over here, the Lord then speaks of his power, which are hard to understand. He who knows that although I am your chariot driver, I am also the great controller of all the planets. He alone is not bewildered among men and is free of all sins, which are an obstacle to bhakti. But he who, though accepting that the Lord is unborn, without beginning, and is controller of all beings, thinks that his being born is just a semblance of birth, is bewildered, is not freed of all sins. So understanding of the Lord, you know, happens by acceptance of his inconceivable nature. One who has accepted the Lord's inconceivable nature, he is only not bewildered. Else everybody else, gets bewildered for sure. That's what has been said. So now we'll go with the today's 10.42. So Krishna now over here says that, see, no, I am I only provide these things also, all these qualities, and so I'm the provider of these qualities. So just by having these qualities, nobody can know me. So that is because whole section 1 to 7, is what section? Is a section that knowing that Krishna is unknowable and source of all. So he's unknowable in all situations, and is source of all, and he's a source of all. Even these qualities comes from him. So uh, so the uh, so the by having these qualities, one cannot know the Lord completely, because these qualities are below the Lord. These qualities are not above the Lord. When you are above somebody, then you can know him, right? Now you can't know a person. If you can't know about a person, if you are below, it is very difficult to understand uh, the in consciousness wise very clearly who somebody who's above us. So that is why we say, na, Vaishnava Kriya Mudra Vigena Bhujai. Great devotees, Kriya and Mudra, very difficult, because for that you have to be a greater devotee. Same way over here, Krishna is saying now, these slokas. Buddhir Jnanam Asammoha Shama Satya Dama Shamaha Shukam Sukham Dukham Bhava Abhavo Bhavo Abhavo Bhayam Cha Abhayam Evacha Ahimsa Samata Tushtis Tapodanam Yasho Yasah Bhavanti Bhava Bhavanti Bhava Bhutana Mat Eva Pritag Vidaha. Please read, one of you.
Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone.
So now Krishna is saying, by me alone is being created, and I only award them. And Prabhupada in the purport explains each of these qualities. Read through. Read the entire
Welcome.
purport, only highlighted portion. Try to emphasize. Uh,
Yes. The different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna, and they are described here. Intelligence refers to the power to analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter. Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about spirit. They are simply taking care of the material elements and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Asammoha. Freedom from doubt and delusion can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution.
yes. So Prabhupada over here, is saying intelligence, you understand, to analyze in a proper perspective means one has to know, he's able to distinguish between matter and knowledge. So he's analyzing properly means what is fitting where it has to be analyzed properly. And knowledge proper says always the difference between spirit and matter, and understanding that spirit has to be valued more than matter. So, but in modern education, what we study only about matter. That's why academic knowledge is not complete. Also. Then he says of asammoha, freedom from doubt and illusion can be achieved when we understand we are non-hesitant in accepting the transcendental philosophy. You know, when we accept the transcendental philosophy in our context, which we are right now discussing, that's why I discussed this 10.3 about the inconceivable nature of the Lord. When we accept this in unhesitantly, then then unhesitantly we understand when we to the degree, initially there will be hesitations in accepting because because we are not we are no we are all a conditioned living being, and acceptance of inconceivability is not so easy. So then over here is when Prabhupada is writing, freedom from doubt and illusion can be achieved when one is non-hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely he becomes free. So slowly and slowly a person may maybe accept the transcendental philosophy and will become free from bewilderment. But nothing should be accepted. So Prabhupada is saying that just to become a samoha, freedom from doubt and illusion, don't try to artificially try to be. No problem. Nothing, in that course, don't accept things, blindly. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution. Means what? As the faith will increase, once freedom from doubt and delusions, freedom will one will be freed from the doubt and delusory things. So not blindly it has to be. So when once what happens when we as we grow in bhakti, as we'll grow, see all of us, all of you, and initially it was very tough when somebody said to us that Krishna is the source of Vishnu. How many of you had a problem when you heard that? Krishna is the source of Vishnu. You didn't had any problem, huh? Acha, great fools you all are. You know, it is such a problematic thing, because whole world to first the majority world don't accept Vishnu is supreme. You know, whole you ask anybody in this world, you want to have a good debate while you are going in a train, you are not able to pass time. You just speak this. If he's a Hindu, you see what happens to you. You know, you say Ram ji is a Lord Ram is a avatar of the Lord Krishna. Obba, नो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. आपको नहीं लगता है तो आप बोल के देखो, आपको समझ में आएगा क्या प्रॉब्लम हो. है ना. एक बार ट्राई करके देखना. वो पर झगड़ा मत करना. बाद में यही बोल देना भगवान इन इन होम एंड भगवान इन ऑफिस. ऐसा ऐसा है, चलता है, सब सेम है. यू नो वी राइट ना. सो but as we grow in devotional life, things becomes very clear. And majority of us would have settled. Uh, you know, ma- Actually, people have a lot of problem on this. Uh, a lot of problem on this, saying that Krishna, Lord Ram, is an expansion of Krishna, is an avatar coming from Krishna. Arey wow. People have, yeah, yes, bro, you want to say something?
Yes, Project, because people usually they don't accept that the Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. They usually think that the Krishna is the in the incarnation of Vishnu. So
Yeah,
people
that's
generally
what.
think like that.
Yeah, because it's an internal circulation. We all of you, are devotee. See, recently something happened. One of our great, you know, from SCON side is a very, very prevalent, relevant, very famous YouTube speaker. So he spoke something about Lord Ram, saying like this. So then one very top man in the outside world, he's also a devotee. He counteracted it. तुम बच्चा है आज का क्या बोल रहा है. So this is a very famous controversy in that way. For us, it is not controversial. We are very sure about it because we have received the knowledge from day one from Prabhupada's side, and we have heard it. So or many times, many times devotees accept it later on when they think they get into problem. So you know. So this is what has been Prabhupada is saying. As slowly and slowly we advance in bhakti, our faith increases, our faith more gets established. We get more establishment of faith on scriptures. We read it deeply. We hear from great souls. We serve the great souls. We become free from all egoistic things and all those. Then freedom from illusion and doubt happens. Then asamoha. So that's what Prabhupada is saying over there. Um, any questions on this, Prabhu? Till now, any question? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
You're muted.
yeah, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we know we accept this Krishna as a supreme and from Krishna everything is incarnated. But most of the places in Bhagavad Gita as well, Prabhupada mention Vishnu in the place of Krishna. So Prabhuji, how
No,
we can understand this?
no, actually, this has been answered. No, because no, Prabhupada, because because even Bhagavatam, many times Vishnu is being said. Now, because that is, that is more conceivable easily. So that is why many times Prabhupada also uses the word Vishnu. And in one way it is not wrong also. Because the same now it comes to over here that the person in the office and person in the home, same person, mood is different. Uh, but still the fact is this, that from Krishna, the first quadruple expansion, and then the second quadruple expansion, then the Vishnu's, Mahavishnu appears, Narayan, and eventually the expansion goes on. So, but Roy Proper mentions it is that because in general the acceptance is this. Acceptance of Vishnu is very simple because his majesty is very clearly shown in the world and people know about it. So that is why, this term has always been used. Eventually, as a devotee progresses, he eventually when he hears uh, and but initially Prabhupada doesn't want to bring these kind of a things, and that is why we should not speak very and very very strongly about this. We just prove the state the facts when we are trying to tell to the people at a certain juncture of time and go ahead with it, and not much of a debatable thing over here because it has to be understood as a person progresses in bhakti. So Prabhupada, and even that is why even Bhagavatam is like that. Is it fine, Roji? It is not very easily conceivable. Is that Vishnu to be there? That is why. But when Prabhupada has to make it very clear, he will always quote Ishvara, Parama, Krishna, Satchidananda, Vikrama. He'll always quote that. You will see both happen. Is it? Yeah. Anything more? Okay. So now we'll go ahead with the. Uh-huh. Sorry. I always. Oh, please read from here. Yes, bro. Please read now. Shama.
Shama, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should not be misrepresented. According to social conventions, it is said that one can speak the truth only when it is palatable to others, but that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in a straightforward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. If a man is a thief, and if people are warned that he is a thief, that is truth. Although sometimes the truth is unpalatable, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that the facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the
Just
definition of truth.
Just a minute, because I just want to say something. Now, when Prabhupada is very clearly writing on truthfulness over here, that truth should be spoken in a straightforward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. And if man is a thief, call a spade, is not wrong. Means he's a thief, he should be warned to others also as a thief. Uh, uh, Only thing also we should decide before speaking. Is it is it no is it fine to speak or not? Uh, Before using opening our mouth, we should evaluate whether my speaking is valuable, invaluable, required, not required. That has to be thought about it. Surely the intentions behind speaking the truth should also be thought about. Then somebody may speak the truth in a straightforward way, because Prabhupada is very clearly writing, if a man is a thief, he should be warned, people should be warned that he's a thief. But if my intentions are not good, then one should not speak. Neither speak the lie, neither speak neither speak good. You mind your own business. Because if intentions are bad, our speaking truth may fire back to us. Because Krishna sees the intentions more. So, so because after reading that, we may take the charge of speaking the truth about others. Then we should also speak the truth about our own self. You know. So, uh, so that's why I'm saying we should evaluate before speaking, before using the power of speech, whether it is required or not required, and what are my intentions. So that should be, no, that is also very, very, very powerful. Very, 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 very important to understand that. Read ahead too.
Control of the senses means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, one should restrain the mind from unnecessary thoughts. That is called sama,
Shama.
shama. One should not spend one's time pondering over earning money. That is a misuse of the thinking power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thought should be developed in association with persons or authorities in the scriptures, saintly persons, and spiritual masters. Sukham, pleasure or happiness, should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivation of the Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected.
So just so Prabhupada is saying Sukham and pleasure or happiness is Prabhupada is saying us that it should not be decided by mind. And what is Sukham and what is painful? What is pleasure giving? What is pain giving? Prabhupada says what is pleasure giving? Whatever is favorable for cultivation of spiritual knowledge, and that should be accepted, and that is pleasurable. And that which is unfavorable for cultivation of Krishna consciousness should be rejected, because that unfavorable item is painful. Although for a mind, the unfavorable item may be giving up, that may be dukh. Giving up, you know, unfavorable things, may be painful for us. But Prabhupada is saying that uh, one has to know that, if we don't give up the unfavorable, that is painful. because ultimately all this has to be evaluated from the point of view of Krishna consciousness. Is it no? So like no, giving example like for a boy who has toothache and all, and doctor has said no chocolate. So now for him, no chocolate is painful. But actually, what the boy should understand, Prabhupada is saying, actually eating chocolate is painful, right now, and not eating chocolate is sukham. That's quite that this means we don't evaluate sukham and pain on the basis of mind, but basis of what is favorable for Krishna consciousness, what is unfavorable for Krishna consciousness, and we have to fight against our lower mind in that. Yeah, read.
Bhava, birth should be understood to refer the body. As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death, that we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about the future. A person in Krishna consciousness has no fear because by his activities he is sure to go back to the spiritual sky, back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright. Others, however, do not know what their future holds. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are therefore in constant anxiety. If we want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness.
Hmm. In
In,
this way, that way.
in this way, in that way, we will be free from all fear. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.37, it is stated, Bhayam dvitiya biniveshatah syat. Fear is caused by our absorption in the illusory energy. But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not material body, but they are spiritual parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and therefore engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Godhead have nothing to fear. Their future is very bright. This fear is a condition of persons who are not in Krishna consciousness. Abhayam, fearlessness, is possible only for one in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so
Ahimsa,
I have a
non-violence.
question. I have a question. So Prabhupada is writing, no, Abhayam, fearlessness is possible only for in Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada is writing also where in the verb that a person in Krishna has no fear because by his activities he is sure to go back to Godhead. No, so therefore his future is very bright. So others, however, do not know that their future holds, know what their future holds. So I know actually, what do you expect from a devotee? Uh, do you expect from a devotee to be fearful if he sees a snake, or you feel that he should not be fearful if he sees the snake because he should have because he's abhayam. What does it mean, abhayam?
So here, Abhayam, like it is mostly related to the clutches and bondage of the material world, like birth, old age, and death and disease. It is not related to something else. Yes, we have to be fearful if the tiger comes, we have to run, Broji. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, right, right. It's more about entanglement in this material world. You know, so a devotee is more fearful, actually. As a sadhaka, we should be fearful of material world, right now. Those who are liberated, they have no fear from material world, you know. But we as a sadhaka has to be, we are fearful. To the degree we will take shelter of the Lord, to that degree we will be abhayam. We'll have no fear of the material world. But but in general, people as a sadhaka, if we are not, it may happen that we may not fear from the existence of material world, but we might have from fear of many other things. So actually, fear, a good fear of Maya. Abhayam means that no, fear to a degree he has taken shelter of Krishna, but without taking shelter of Krishna, somebody is not fearful of Maya. Actually, that is not Abhayam. Because I want to tell you, uh, okay, I'll show you something. A bit more going in a deeper way. I'm telling no, I will show you. There is a fearlessness caused due to sattva, fearlessness caused due to passion and ignorance. So over here, when all these qualities which have been stated is due to fear, is due being sattva, then it is. If it is these are arising from passion or ignorance, then it is not considered a quality. No. So over here, see over here has been said. Fearlessness arising from knowledge is sattvic. Bro, I have highlighted also something. Hare bol?
Yes, please.
Okay. So fearlessness arising from knowledge is sattvic, but if it arises from rajas or tamas, it is rajasic or tamasic. Same way, no, happiness is sattvic and sorrow is tamasic. So he now ahead when you read about non-violence, he's saying non-violence and seeing others as oneself, samatha are sattvic. So satisfaction, if unconditional, is sattvic, and if conditional, is rajasic. So same way one has to know what is the cause of my fearlessness. Cause of my fearlessness is passion and ignorance, then it is not considered to be good. If the cause of my fearlessness is sattva, is sattvic, is knowledge, is arising from knowledge, then that is fearlessness. Like like some people may, like we give this example, that soldiers don't fear death, but it has to be seen whether it is arising from passion or ignorance, or it is arising from knowledge. If it is arising from knowledge that we are not the body, we are the spirit soul, then it is fearlessness. But if it arising just from passion or ignorance, then it is not considered fearlessness. Same way in our life also, one has to understand if somebody is fear, if the fearlessness is due to knowledge that surrendering to Krishna will make me free and and a surrendered soul, that's fine. If it is not, then it is just a passion ignorance. मतलब passionate है वो इतना कि उसको माया से fear नहीं है. So he can't be called as fearless people. Is it understandable or not? Because all of you are closing your eyes. I don't know whether as a sage you are meditating or you are sleeping.
But like this knowledge, how it is leading to the sattvism and fear, Guruji. Knowledge should destroy the fear. No?
No, so that's what it means. The fearlessness means what I'm trying to make you understand. Fearlessness means it is arising from knowledge. If fearlessness is arising due to passion and ignorance, that is not fearlessness. Right, na? If it is arising from knowledge that we are spirit, part and parcel of God, nothing to go do to give and take with this material world. I'm going back home, back to Godhead. I have fearlessness arising from bhakti. When you know that I have surrendered myself, I have no fear. That is fearlessness. But if somebody is fearless because of, some people have no fear of Maya. All that is not called as fearlessness. You understood what I'm saying?
Yes.
No, yeah, he might say no fear. I have no fear of Maya. But he is that is arising from Sattva, not Sattva. Sorry, Rajas and Tamas. He is not fear. That is not fearlessness. So it has to arise from the proper knowledge. Knowledge in the sense that he has to have not just not just a bit of just a theoretical. He has to jnana vijnana sahitam. Because Krishna is saying, I give this knowledge. From me this quality arises. So Krishna gives this quality to whom? Who is a devotee. And when Krishna is giving fearlessness to somebody, actually it is on the strength of his bhakti. So that's what is it, Abhinandan? Understandable?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. But
Yeah.
sometimes by getting the knowledge, becoming the fearlessness, we become fearful also.
So initially our step is to become first fearful because we are not yet surrendered to Krishna. That will help us to, because that's why Krishna Prabhupada has been said, na? Fear is the first step towards the God. Fear, desire, duty, love, रे बाबा. Love पे जाने से पहले fear से proper says na, two countries, India and China, they were peacefully staying together because they were God-fearing countries, right? Na? So they feared God, that if we do something here, there, just on the basis of, our, basis of greed, it will be a problem. We can't cheat because Krishna is there. Is it? So it has to begin over there. Eventually, when it goes to love, person is fearless. Is it fine now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, Kaushik, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, in the example of soldier which you have given, if the soldier is fighting on the basis of this knowledge that I am not this body, I am soul, and I have to do my duty, this is one. And if the second knowledge he is using, that my country has done so much for me, so I am grateful, that's why I will fight. So in both case he will be fearless. प्रभु कौन सा इसमें से गुडनेस का है और कौन सा मतलब कैसे,
If he's
क्योंकि दोनों भी
arising
केसेस.
from knowledge, if he's arising from knowledge that I am part and parcel of the Lord, and then he has taken shelter of the Lord actually, you know, and fearlessness is not about an intellectual process. It has to arise from one's heart. That he should have already, a person who has already has reached to a consciousness where he is in love with Krishna, is fearless, right? No? So fearlessness that's why it says a quality. No, we get all this quality comes from Krishna, means through bhakti. Whose bhakti has increased. It is not an intellectual adjustment. Just no, intellectual adjustment may be a beginning of, you can say, ठीक है, iota of, चलो भैया इसको 5% fearlessness हम ये बोल सकते हैं, because he has a clear understanding that I'm not the body, I'm spirit, going to take with this world. Whether I die, no problem. आसाम से जीना नया शरीर मिलेगा, no problem. So, but no, complete fearlessness means he has awakened love for Krishna. So now he doesn't has, because he is very clear. Yeah, back home, back to God, लिखा हुआ है उसका. He has love for Krishna. So now if it is arising in that way, it is sattva. Sattva or transcendental. If it is arising just because of his own strength, bravery, or on a false conception of misidentification of him considered to be a body and whatever upadhi he has, that's passion and ignorance. That is not
मतलब प्रभु जी
fearless.
अगर उसका उसका फियरलेसनेस अगर ग्रेटफुलनेस की वजह से आ रहा है कंट्री के, मतलब इतने लोगों ने जान दिए मेरे कंट्री के लिए, इतने लोगों ने, तो भी वो पैशन भी है ना
That
प्रभु जी.
is not considered, because that Krishna is not even that is what you have to understand. That's not born out of bhakti.
वो प्रभु जी पैशन भी बोलेंगे ना फिर अपन, भले
हाँ
ग्रेटफुलनेस है
तो
सो कॉल्ड.
So
But
that
here
is not
passion.
considered as fearlessness. That's what na Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying us. That
Prabhuji,
is
that is
born
not
in Sat.
fearlessness in mode of goodness, na. But that is
Yeah,
fearlessness in other
but
modes.
Prabhu, I
Actually,
don't
the
know.
knowledge here we are saying that is all transcendental and only spiritual knowledge, not someone's
Ah,
understanding Desh Bhakti and kind of.
हाँ तो
yeah.
प्रभु जी वो मैं बोल रहा हूँ मोड ऑफ पैशन में आएगा ना फिर वो उसका fearlessness ये पूछ रहा था
See,
मैं
you tell me when you say charity, so charity in mode of goodness, charity in mode of passion, charity in mode of ignorance. Okay, it's all charity. But do you think charity in mode of passion and charity in mode of ignorance is called as charity to be equal by us? It will be considered because when you say charity, okay, in the lay term it can be said in layman terms it can be said charity in the mode of passion, charity in goodness, and charity of passion in ignorance. But when we are saying charity, what we mean by charity?
that is according to scriptures.
Yeah. So that's what we are talking over here. That is not, so fearlessness in sattva is fearlessness. Fearlessness in passion and ignorance is passion and ignorance. Right now. When Krishna is stating the three modes of nature and the activities based on three modes of nature is to make us understand. But one who know that, yeah, that, you can, eating in passion, in goodness and ignorance. But eating in passion and ignorance is okay. The act is of eating, but actually it's dangerous. It's sinful. The same way now. So it is that fearlessness is of not much of use. Krishna doesn't says I give that fearlessness. Then that fearlessness may be coming because of that person's karma. So indirectly, okay, somebody can say that okay, Krishna has only arranged. It is in him only, yeah. But it is over here as a more on a deeper term when I'm showing that word to you, one has to understand that is because of his karma that not directly Krishna is giving. Although everything emanates from Krishna, Krishna over here is saying it is also these qualities are also in me, that is why in people.
Prabhuji,
Is
one
that
last
fine?
question.
Hmm.
How can we understand from the result that this fearlessness is in passion or ignorance? Because goodness वाला fearlessness तो everlasting होगा. But वो passion में
हाँ,
ignorance में कैसे समझेंगे?
अब सिंपल है आएगा चला जाएगा आएगा चला जाएगा
वो प्रभु जी passion का हो गया फिर ignorance का
इग्नोरेंस का भी वो फियरलेसनेस क्या होगा वो फियरलेसनेस ऐसा होगा वो मतलब क्या बोल सकता हूँ मैं जैसे कि वो आपने सुना है वो ये दो brothers were there in they were so lazy fellows who were sleeping in the room fire caught up the room so they were saying you know they didn't say even fire right na you remember that story
yes
in
प्रभु जी
move aside they didn't say move aside they were using short terms no MA something like that back burning BB they didn't say back burning they said BB so no there is that quality is just ignorance they'll be consumed by it you know so we can say like that we have to when we come to that chapter you'll come to know what is exactly fearlessness mode of goodness mode of passion okay
yes
okay so we end over here we could not complete this purport we'll continue in the next Hare Krishna Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Thank you.